Welcome back to Engineered Coffee. In our last episode, I told you how we came up with a gasket solution to bypass the city's machine sabotage system, only to get hit with a legal takedown by Nestle. Our inventory was seized and we had to concede. So now the gasket was off the table. Time to pivot again. The issue was clear. Nespresso had redesigned the brewing head intentionally to leak if you weren't using a genuine capsule with their proprietary silicone gasket. So I asked myself, could I replace the seal without using a compressor material? Could geometry alone fix this? Bearing in mind that the first new capsule were injection molded with a special blend of PP, and that is polypropylene. So I got back to the drawing board. The original mold had 16 cavities. This means 16 times the cost, 16 times the time, and zero flexibility. Enter APS Plastics from Killarney Gardens in Cape Town. A good friend of mine introduced me to Herzl Sabon, the owner, and we hit it off. And he was really excited and wanted to join me on this crazy journey. By the way, now everyone had certified me as crazy for even attempting to take on Nestle. Herzl also had this renegade machinist, Saki Wolfart. His real name is Isaac, but they came up with the idea to make a small single cavity mold with removable inserts, both male and female, that we could try different designs. As we had to investigate and try different designs, it was uncharted territory and we didn't know what was going to work. So on top of this, by now, I'd spent a small fortune on this business and cash was running low. In another episode, I'll go through funding a business and bringing in partners and a whole host of problems that go along with a startup business. So we made a single cavity mold with removable inserts, a modular tool that allowed us to iterate and test new backflange geometries and configurations without committing to full-scale production. It was faster and cheaper way to test the different designs. But finally, after a lot of trial and even more error, we landed on a few designs that worked well enough to go back to the market. The seal held, the machines brewed, and it was a functional hack. Not perfect, but it passed the consumer test. By now, we had started to get very fussy with the results. We started in measuring brewing time, coffee crema, the amount of brewed coffee in the cup, and the amount that had bypassed the seal. Both front and rear leakages were being measured. Just as we were relaunching, I caught wind of a new competitor entering the space. It was called Ethical Coffee Company. And guess who was behind it? Jean-Paul Galliard, the former CEO of Nespresso. Yes, CEO. He knew the system inside and out, and he had seen every patent, every legal strategy, and every machine revision. And now he was launching a capsule of his own, made of PLA. PLA is a compostable material made from sugarcane and great for green branding, but it's also notoriously soft under heat and pressure. And these machines brew at nearly 19 bars of pressure, and also close to 100 degrees. So while his design was bold, it also had its flaws. And it was clear he was poking the proverbial bear with a very sharp stick. Still, I couldn't help but feel like I was in the same boat. We were both trying to outmaneuver a behemoth, but Nestle had more cards up their sleeve, and I was about to find out the hard way. Another recall, another unexpected blow. That's coming up in the next episode of Engineered Coffee. Until then, subscribe, share, and keep innovating. Thank you for listening.